After my husband's funeral, I went to my sister's son's first birthday party, and she announced, "My son is your husband's child, so as inheritance, I'll take half of your $800,000 house." I was 34, still reeling from losing Daniel, my husband of 11 years. 3 weeks after his funeral, I forced myself to attend my nephew Ethan's first birthday party. My younger sister, Melissa, insisted I come. I thought it was about family support. I was wrong. The backyard was strung with blue streamers, plastic cups of soda scattered everywhere, and kids chasing balloons. I stood quietly with my parents when Melissa banged a spoon against her glass. Her voice rang out, "Everyone, I have an announcement. Ethan isn't Tyler's son. He's Daniel's. And since Daniel is gone, I'll be claiming my share of inheritance. Half of Emily's $800,000 house belongs to me now, for my son." The crowd gasped. My mother's hand flew to her mouth. My father dropped his fork, and Melissa held up a folded paper. Daniel updated his will. It's right here my knees nearly buckled, not from believing her, but from holding back laughter. Because Daniel and I had tried for years. We went through 4 rounds of IVF, thousands of dollars drained, nights crying on the bathroom floor. Eventually, the doctors told us the truth. Daniel had to undergo surgery for a medical condition, and during that surgery, he'd agreed to a vasectomy, 2 years before Ethan was even conceived. Melissa didn't know that. I smiled thinly. "May I see the will?" Her smirk faltered, but she passed it over. It was sloppy. Language that didn't sound legal, dates that didn't line up, and a signature that Daniel would have laughed at. I handed it back. "Thanks. I'll hang on to this memory." The whispers started. My parents' faces were stone. Melissa looked triumphant, but she had no idea the bombshell waiting for her. 3 days later, I opened the safety deposit box Daniel and I had set up. Inside, the notarized will leaving everything to me, his medical records confirming the vasectomy, and even a journal he'd started after Melissa made jokes about how she'd be a better match for him. He'd written down every unwanted advance she'd made. Daniel had prepared for this, almost as if he knew. At exactly 2:47 p.m. that afternoon, I sat in attorney Michael Chang's office and placed everything on his desk. He skimmed the forged will and shook his head. This wouldn't last 5 seconds in court. And these medical records? Open and shut. Ethan cannot biologically be Daniel's child. I felt my stomach drop. Not from fear, but from the weight of relief. I finally had proof in hand. The following Saturday, I invited Melissa and my parents to my house. I hit record on my phone and slid the documents across the table. "Melissa, you forged Daniel's signature. You lied about Ethan's paternity. And you tried to defraud me out of my home. That's a felony." Her face drained of color. I was desperate. "Tyler left. I'm drowning in debt. You thought you'd use my grief to steal from me?" My voice shook, but I held her gaze. She crumbled, tears smearing her makeup. "I just wanted security for Ethan." I leaned back, cold and steady. "Then you should have told the truth. Because here's the truth. Daniel couldn't father children, ever. That means your entire story collapses." The silence was suffocating. My mother sobbed quietly. My father looked like he aged 10 years in a second. "Melissa?" She was finished. I let the words hang before delivering the final blow. "You will confess to everyone, publicly. You will admit Ethan is not Daniel's son, or I go to the police with this file. Your choice." Melissa nodded through tears. She knew she was cornered. So at her next gathering, with family and friends watching, she confessed. She admitted to the forgery, the lie, the scheme. My parents were shattered, but the truth was out, and Daniel's name was clear. Now, Ethan is just my nephew again, innocent in all of this. Melissa, she's cut off, under financial counseling, and on thin ice with the law. And me, I walk through my house, the house Daniel and I built together, knowing no one can take it from me, because Daniel, even in death, had already protected me. Sometimes the dead speak louder than the living, and Daniel made sure my sister could never rewrite his legacy.